started out as a normal day. I came back home from school and already had done my homework, and I went on my computer to play my favorite video game, Minecraft. I was home alone because my mom had a doctor's appointment and my little brother was at school at the time. I logged on to my Minecraft account to play on some servers like Hypixel. I loaded up version 1.15.2, clicked multiplayer, went to hypixel.net, and clicked join server. It said the usual word connecting ... and I waited. It then said an error message when you can't connect to a server. I tried again, but the same thing happened. That is when I realized that my internet was out. It was stormy outside, so I guess the power line broke. I had no choice but to play single player. I almost never play single player because it is boring to me. I clicked single player and created a new survival world. I spawned in a forest and started punching down trees. I played for about 10 minutes and already built a little wooden box I could call home. It became nighttime and I went to bed. That's when weird things started happening. My character got out of bed as it would when it became daytime. But when I walked outside, it was still nighttime. I went back to my house to go to bed and make it daytime, but when I clicked on my bed, a message popped up saying, "You cannot sleep during the day." I thought it was some kind of bug that Mojang had to fix. I went outside and started walking through the forest I was in. I noticed a pack of wolves while I was walking through the forest, but there was something odd about them. Their eyes were red like they were mad. I thought that was normal, thinking that they may have seen a sheep. When I looked closer, I saw that their eyes weren't just red. Their eyes were dripping with blood. This freaked me out and I started running back to my house. But when I turned a corner where my house was, there, right in front of me, was a figure that had my wolf skin. But instead of the yellow collar and a black and white eyes like I had, it had a red handkerchief and blood red eyes. My character was frozen and all I could do was watch the unknown entity pull out a sword that looked like it was made of people's organs and insta-killed me. And instead of the normal "you died" screen, I was met with two words that were written in blood: the Howler. That is when I heard a knock on my door. Knowing it was probably my little brother who got home from school, I opened the door, but then I was punched in the face. That is all I remember before waking up in the hospital with a huge wolf-like cut on my arm. It's been a month since the incident with the Howler. I got 4 other people from school to help me find this creature in my world: Gabe, Isabella, John, and Caden. We hadn't found the entity after the incident. We were on Skype and we were still looking. "He's probably gone, guys," John said. "I'm done with this search party." He was about to get off when Isabella gave a loud shriek. "What the heck?" I sprinted over to her and what I saw made my heart skip a beat. There, in front of her, was a wolf with blood-dripping eyes. Isabella was then slaughtered by the wolf, but instead of the normal where you tip over, turn red, and disappear, her character just laid there, blood everywhere. I could see bones inside of her character. It was so graphic I nearly fainted, but I stood my ground and killed the wolf. I ran away from the area, telling Gabe and John what just happened. I asked Isabella what her death screen said, but there was no reply. I went to the Skype and instead of seeing Isabella, there was blood splattered across her box where you can see the person. It covered up most of the screen. But when I looked closer, I saw in the background her bed. What I saw probably will traumatize me for the rest of my life. There on her bed was Isabella, but she was cut open and blood pouring out of her body, organs showing. That's when I saw something hovering over Gabe on Skype. I screamed to Gabe, "Gabe, get out of there!" "What?" Gabe turned around, screamed, and then he got disconnected. Kane was crying so much he could barely talk. He then left the game and Skype. I don't blame him. John was also left the game but stayed on Skype. I'm calling the police, he said. I saw him get up from his chair and walk out the door, and that's when I heard him yell, "What the f-?" And I then heard a loud gurgling sound and saw John's head fly down the hall without a body along with a wave of blood. I then saw a figure walking into his room from the Skype. The lights were turned out so it was hard to see. All I can say is that this thing was massively tall. It got to the computer and it said in what sounded like a mix of deep, distorted words, "You're next." I ran out of my room and called the police. The next day, when I went to school, Caden was the only one there. He told me that after he disconnected, he went and hid in his room with 2 kitchen knives. The police didn't find any evidence of the murders and they are still unsure of who did it. After yesterday, I never saw Isabella, Gabe, or John ever again. If you ever see a wolf with blood dripping from its eyes, leave the game immediately and delete the world. Don't try to look for this thing or it could be the end of you.